welcome back for another episode of Create with Miss Carrie. Today we're going to be making some scarecrows. So I love this time of year. The fall weather is starting to change, the leaves are starting to change color, and we get to put out pumpkins and scarecrows and all sorts of fun fall decorations, and it's a good time of year because everything's so colorful. So today we're going to make some scarecrows together, and we're going to think about all the little details that you see when you look at a scarecrow and make ours look amazing. So to get us ready, we're going to get started with a little spooky book about a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. This is written by Linda Williams and illustrated by Megan Lloyd. Let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. One windy afternoon, the little old lady left her cottage and went for a walk in the forest to collect herbs, spices, nuts, and seeds. She walked so far and so long that it started to get dark. There was only a sliver of moon shining through the night. The little old lady started to walk home. Suddenly, she stopped. Right in the middle of the path were two big shoes, and the shoes went clomp, clomp. "Get out of my way, you two big shoes. I'm not afraid of you," said the little old lady. On she walked down the path, but behind her she could hear two shoes going clomp, clomp. A little farther on, the little old lady stumbled into a pair of pants, and the pants went wiggle, wiggle. "Get out of my way, you pair of pants. I'm not afraid of you," said the little old lady, and she walked on. But behind her, she could hear two shoes going clomp, clomp, and a pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle. Farther still, the little old lady bumped into a shirt, and the shirt went shake, shake. "Get out of my way, you silly shirt. I'm not afraid of you," said the little old lady, and on she walked a little bit faster. But behind her, she could hear two shoes going clomp, clomp, one pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle, and one shirt going shake, shake. A little ways on, the little old lady came upon two white gloves and a tall black hat. The gloves went clap, clap, and the hat went nod, nod. "Get out of my way, you two white gloves and you tall black hat. I'm not afraid of you," she said, and on she walked just a little bit faster. But behind her, she could hear two shoes going clomp, clomp, a pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle, one shirt going shake, shake, two gloves going clap, clap, and a hat going nod, nod. By now, the little old lady was walking at quite a fast pace. She was very near her cottage when she was startled by a very huge, very orange, very scary pumpkin head, and the head went boo, boo. This time, the little old lady did not stop to talk. She didn't stop at all. She ran, and behind her she could hear two shoes going clomp, clomp, a pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle, a shirt going shake, shake, two gloves going clap, clap, a hand going nod, nod, and one scary pumpkin head going boo, boo. The little old lady did not look back. She ran as fast as she could and didn't stop to catch her breath until she was safe inside her cottage with the door locked. Phew. She sat in her chair by the fire and she rocked and she rocked. It was so quiet in her cottage before the knock, knock on the door. Should she answer it? Well, she was not afraid of anything. So she went to the door and opened it. And what do you think she saw? Two shoes going clomp, clomp, a pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle, a shirt going shake, shake, two gloves going clap, clap, a head going nod, nod, and one scary pumpkin head going boo, boo. "I'm not afraid of you," said the little old lady bravely. "What do you want anyway?" "We've come to scare you." "You can't scare me," said the little old lady. "Then what's to become of us?" The Pumpkinhead suddenly looked unhappy. "I have an idea," said the little old lady, and she whispered into the pumpkin's ear. The Pumpkinhead nodded, and its face seemed to brighten. The little old lady said goodnight, closed the door, and whistled on her way to bed. The next morning, she woke up early and went to her window and looked in her garden, and what do you think she saw? 2 shoes going clomp, clomp, a pair of pants going wiggle, wiggle, a shirt going shake, shake, 2 gloves going clap, clap, 1 hat going nod, nod, and 1 scary pumpkin head going boo, boo, and scared all the crows away. Look, what a happy scarecrow he made instead of trying to scare the little old lady. The end. Today we're going to make this cute little scarecrow, and even though he's not very scary, he makes for some great fall decoration to celebrate fall. So let's get started. We are going to need either a black permanent marker or a pencil, some oil pastels or crayons, and some watercolors, a paintbrush, and a little bowl of water for when it's time to do our painting. Let's get started. I'm going to start by drawing the scarecrow's face right in the middle of the paper, and it is going to be the shape of the letter U. And then once I have my face in place, we're going to put a lid on that U. I'm just going to go up and down. All right, let's build a hat on top of our scarecrow before we start adding his face and his shirt. To make his hat, we need to make the big wide brim of a farmer's hat. So I'm going to start over here where you might see the scarecrow's ear. And I'm going to make a shape that kind of looks like a hot dog. Watch. It's going to be long and skinny. It's going to go out, all the way across, and back in. Doesn't that look like a hot dog sitting on his head? All right, we need to turn that into a hat. Let's give him a floppy hat. So it's kind of like a rectangle that we've cut off the corners. So now it's just a little bit floppy. There we go. Okay, let's give him a face. I like to make scarecrows that have button eyes. So to make button eyes, I'm going to do 2 big circles, and then I'm going to make the 4 holes. And then that looks kind of funny, doesn't it? And then we're going to add lines, a little crisscross in between, and that's how you sew on the buttons onto the bag that you made his head out of. Let's do a triangle for his nose. And we're going to put some little stitches around the edge so it looks like you have sewn that on yourself. When I make scarecrows, I like them to be happy, so I'm going to give him some big rosy cheeks that we can paint red and a big smile. That smile needs some stitches too. If we sewed it on, it would have little lines just like that, holding it in place. All right, doesn't he look sweet and happy? He's not going to scare away any crows, I don't think. Let's give him a shirt. I'm going to draw an arm that stretches from the bottom of his chin almost all the way out to the edge of the paper and stop. Let's do the same thing on the left side. Let's go all the way out to the edge, stop. All right, now we need to make some armholes. And so I'm going to draw a short line that comes down for his sleeve and a short line that comes down there for the sleeve on the other side. And now we need to make the bottom edge of the sleeve that comes back towards the body on both sides. So let's pull it back and then pull it back. And now we're ready to draw the rest of his shirt. Go all the way down to the bottom. We're only doing the top half of the scarecrow in this picture. If you had a giant piece of paper, you could add on and give him a pair of pants, and that would look super cool. All right, his shirt looks a little plain. Let's get him a little fancier than this. I'm going to give him a collar. So a collar usually has two triangles that are pointed down like this. And maybe he has some buttons on his shirt. So let's put a couple of buttons. All right, remember with buttons, they have 4 holes. And then they need string to crisscross to hold those buttons on. He's looking pretty good. All right, our Scarecrow is not scary at all, and so he's going to have a little crow friend. Let's do a circle for the bird's head and give him a little beak. And then his body is going to be another shape, another letter in the alphabet. I'm going to draw it, and then I want to see if you can guess what the letter is. His back is going to go straight across. And then his body is going to scoop down and circle back. Does it look like a letter of the alphabet? What if I turn it? Keep turning, keep turning. Can you see it? It's the letter D. So sometimes you can use letters of the alphabet to make shapes for your artwork. I see another letter of the alphabet and I didn't even mean to do it. Look, here's a W right there in the middle of his shirt. Isn't that fun? Okay, let's go back to the bird. He needs some little feet. So let's put 2 sticks and then give him some toes. And we'll do a little eye right there. He's very cute. All right, let's switch to our oil pastels to add a few more details. I'm going to start with yellow. Now, when you're making a scarecrow, you need to have not just some clothes, but some hay, because you stuff your scarecrow with hay to make him look like he's a real person. So I'm going to make some hay sticking out of his sleeves. I'm gonna make some hay sticking out of the top of his shirt. And let's make some hay sticking out underneath his hat, and that'll kind of look like he has a little bit of hair, which is kind of cute and funny. There, a little bit of scarecrow hair. Let's do a few other details. How about we make his shirt plaid? We give it a little decoration. I'm gonna pick red and turquoise for my 2 colors. And I'm going to do some stripes in red. These stripes are up and down, and they're called vertical stripes because they go from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So I'm doing vertical red stripes. And then I'll do one more down there. I'm going to take my turquoise, which is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to do stripes that go side to side. When they go side to side, they're called horizontal. That's a big word, isn't it? Horizontal is what you call a line that goes side to side. He's looking good. All right, how about we give his hat a little patch? Maybe his hat is worn out, so it's got a hole in it that's been patched with a piece of fabric. So I'm going to make some stripes going this way, and then I'm going to crisscross them and make some stripes going the other way. And it looks like somebody patched it up. They felt bad for him. Let's color in a little bit on his face, and then it'll be time to get out our paint. I'm going to color in his cheeks nice and red and rosy. And how about we give him a green nose? Why not? How about his buttons? What color should we do? If his shirt's going to be red, I think, how about, we haven't done purple yet. Let's do some purple buttons. Or you can make each button a different color if you wanted to. That would be fun. And I'm gonna color in his eyes. I'm gonna make them 2 different colors because maybe they didn't have 2 of the same color button. So let's see, I did a blue one and then I'll do turquoise again since it's one of my favorites. All right, last thing we need to color. Let's color in the little bird's beak orange because that's such a tiny little spot. That might be hard to paint if we try to do it with watercolor. Okay, I think we are all set. We're ready to switch to watercolors. So let me bring over my paints. I'm gonna get my paintbrush wet and let's start from the top. Let's paint his hat purple. So I got my paintbrush wet, I dipped it in my watercolors, and now I'm gonna paint inside the lines. And you can paint right on top of those oil pastels. See how cool they are? They show right through the watercolors. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna clean my paintbrush. Let's paint our bird next. My bird's gonna be a black bird or a little crow. I'm not sure what kind he is. But he's not afraid of the scarecrow, I know that. Okay, and when you're done painting with black, gotta clean it off really well because it's a powerful color. Okay, there we go. How about his shirt? Maybe a red shirt? I always think of farmers wearing red shirts. Why is that? I must have read a book when I was your age that had a farmer with a red shirt. Now I always think he's supposed to wear red. So see how I paint a little bit, and when I don't have much paint on my brush anymore, I stop, I get a little bit more water and a little bit more paint, and I go back to it. There we go. Okay, I have this light orange color here, and I think that's what I want his face to be. So when you're making a scarecrow, excuse me, sometimes you have to use a sack to create his head. Sometimes people use a pumpkin for a scarecrow's head, just like in the book that we read. But I'm going to do one that is made of a sack. So I'm going to paint it orange. Perfect. All right, finishing touches is painting all around the outside. So this might take a little time because we have such a big piece of paper, but I'm going to paint all around the outside with blue. And you can do more than one color blue if you want to. I'm going to do a little bit with regular blue and then maybe add some turquoise and purple to it, so we have a really interesting background. The background is the parts that goes around the outside of what you've painted. And I like painting it also because it makes the yellow haze stand out nicely against the blue paint. Watch what happens when I do a little color mixing. You can create some even more shades of blue by mixing it right on your paper. This might take a little bit of work, but that's okay because I think it's going to look amazing when we're all done. I like adding that purple and then going back with some blue on top of it. Make some pretty color combinations. Okay, so you see how I go really fast when I'm way over on the edge because I don't have anything to get in my way of painting. But when I get close to something, I'm going to slow down so that I can go around the edge and not go over the lines. So fast when you're out in the open and then slow down when you get close to things. All right, he's looking pretty good, our little scarecrow guy. I think he's done. I hope you have a great time painting your scarecrow and have a happy fall and do lots of fun fall activities with this beautiful, cool weather. Have a good week. See you soon.